What makes, to my original question,
Mhm.
a great Super Bowl ad in your estimation?
I mean, to me, it's cutting through the noise. This day is like the busiest advertising day of the year. And so if you're going to do something big that day, it's got to be like, I've got to really do something extreme and crazy that captures people's attention. So I think it's a two-part thing. You've got to cut through the noise, but then after you do that, you've got to have some kind of memorable hook or some kind of message or some kind of idea that resonates a little bit and people relate to and are interested in.
What's your thesis, Alex? Do you have a thesis as to what makes a great commercial for you or just generally?
I have a me test, Jason, which is that I love to see a brand take a shot on the Super Bowl. I love to see people that don't have the money go for this prize and try to win. And so my favorite example of this was Oatly. They had that annoying ad of the CEO like playing piano and everyone was like, that's the worst ad ever. I thought it was fantastic because it got everyone talking about Oatly. I mean, as an oat milk guy, that worked for me. Sadly, as I'm about to show you, I don't think it actually worked out for the company as much because as you can see from this chart, they're now only worth about $24. But I still liked the fact that they went for it and tried something that was actually a little bit on the edge. Not in terms of like amount of skin per se, but just like our CEO playing piano. Come on now. I love that.
Okay, we got to go OpenAI, right, Alex? Like
We gotta do
OpenAI
it.
has tons of money laying around. So Super Bowl ads are what, 5 million now?
8
million for a Super Bowl.
And this
My
was a
God,
1 minute, I
inflation.
believe.
What are these poor companies?
Yeah.
All right, so they're doing something pixel. They're using the dot.
So fire to wheel to
horses.
to horses.
Yes.
Okay,
It's all
I
about
get it.
progress.
We're watching things
Corn,
evolve. Yeah.
agriculture. Okay. And the dot is what you see when you use it. Now we're getting into ships going to the New World. We're going to colonize other countries. Now
It's
the
sort of-
railroad is
it's
polluting
got-
everything.
It's like pixelated in a way, but it also has that kind of pointillist, like that artwork sort of style where it's
there's
all
some
made of little
looks
dots.
great.
It
Oh,
looks
the internet
cool.
Dial-up.
I like the animation on it.
All progress as a starting point.
And then I love the way it ends.
ChatGPT.
It does not say OpenAI. It says ChatGPT.
ChatGPT one for me, I think aesthetically was pleasing. Like, I think it was an interesting graphic design. I don't think it hooked me in any way of like, this is why this is important or something. I'm a little bit cynical maybe, but I thought they could have, I feel like this is a missed opportunity. They had that beautiful, engaging video, and it should have delivered with a message at the end in the way the 1984 commercial did. So that was evocative, you know, it told a story. And then at the end, they had this like iconic line, you know, find out why 1984 won't be like 1984. You know, it had like a little punk rockness to hear. At the end of this, they were like, what did they say? Like how to do a term paper or something like that? They threw in a couple of searches. Like that felt like
You
that got
hear
bolted at the end.
audio of people asking ChatGPT kind of basic questions. But I think the weirdest thing of all is that progress always has a starting point. Like that's their you know what that feels like to me is when like Enron used to take out those ads where it was just like a crop growing and a plant and like a grandmother hugging, and then it's like, we're building the future, Enron. Like where it's so general, it's like, what do you
Daniels
do?
Midland Company, right?
Yeah, what is this for? Like ChatGPT's a product. You can like show me what it does and how to use it.
All right. So let me tell you why I loved it.
I give it a C.
I'd go. I mean, I like the ad as a piece of animation. It looks cool. I'd go, C plus B minus, something like that.
Okay. What do you got?
This is my favorite ad of the Super Bowl.
Why?
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I loved the way it started with the pre-technology era, the first sparks of what we consider to be human innovation, fire, the wheel. And then it took you through this really kind of fast-paced, rewatchable, I would say, progression through the modern era. And to me, it's a very optimistic message that we are still making progress of the scale of first flight, microchips, etc. And this is the future. And then it sells it at the end with a very easy, and you can go play with it for free. How cool is that?
It's okay. I would have done, if I was going to punch it up, I would have directly connected what AI could possibly do in the way the AT&T commercial did "You Will." And if you pull up the AT&T commercial, what they predicted you will do, they predicted Easy Pass, they predicted like Netflix, they predicted a lot of interesting things. I would have used this to then take Fire, the Wheel, dial up, and then shown you a self-driving car. I would have showed you a robot like feeding chickens and getting the eggs from the coop. I would have shown you how insane this is going to get. Founders, let's be real. Let's keep it a buck. Finding great developers is hard. It's like one of the hardest things you have to do in our industry, especially when you're trying to run and scale your startup. But here's the good news. I got a tip that's going to save you time, money, and a ton of headaches. You need to check out lemon.io. Lemon.io has thousands of on-demand developers who can help you. They have done all the work to find and vet great developers who are experienced, who are results-oriented, and who charge competitive rate. Great developers we know are hard to find and integrate into your team, so Lemon.io will handle all of that for you. They're only going to offer you hand-picked developers with at least 3 years of experience. And if something goes wrong, Lemon.io will find you a replacement developer ASAP. A bunch of launch founders have worked with Lemon.io, and they have told me they've had a great experience. So here's your call to action. Go to lemon.io/twist and find your perfect developer or an entire tech team in 48 hours or less. And Twist listeners get 15% off the first 4 weeks. So stop burning money, hire developers smarter. Visit lemon.io/twist.